The sheep family has always been the strangest mystery in Peppa Pig, but new members appearing in the show recently has changed everything. Their arrival proves Susie's family tree is much bigger than we ever realized, and might hold the key to solving the mystery of her missing dad. Stick around, because we've traced the entire sheep family tree, analyzing every member and the newest relatives, to uncover the truth about Susie's mysterious family once and for all. Susie's dad, the biggest mystery. Susie Sheep's dad is the biggest missing piece in the entire show. He's never appeared once, and yet his absence shapes everything about the Sheep family. But the show leaves behind strange clues about his possible whereabouts. In the future, Susie wears pajamas with a giant anchor, the same symbol tied to sailors like Grandpa Pig, Captain Dog, and Grandpa Rabbit. In that same episode, she imagines flying planes around the world, as if adventure is already part of her story. Put together, it hints that her dad, or even a grandparent, might be the missing explorer in the family tree. But the next clue points somewhere very different. Maybe Susie's dad isn't traveling at all, but lying in a hospital bed. In Pedro's cough, Susie says,
"Pedro will be asleep. Sick people do a lot of sleeping."
It feels less like a child's guess and more like something she's heard at home. That would explain Mummy Sheep's sadness in Susie Goes Away when her job abroad falls through. Maybe it wasn't just about work. Maybe it was a chance to live closer to Susie's dad. There's also the theory that he's simply gone, either separated from Mummy Sheep or even passed away. And if that's true, then Grandma Sheep moving in and Charlotte Sheep suddenly appearing aren't coincidences at all. They're clues filling the empty spaces he left behind. Stick around, because next we'll uncover how Mummy Sheep has become the anchor of the Sheep family, and why the relatives connected to her might be the key to unlocking the truth about Susie's hidden family tree. Mummy Sheep, the single parent holding it all together. While Susie's dad remains the great mystery, Mummy Sheep is the one we actually see. She's there in the day-to-day, the reliable parent. But when you look a little closer, it's clear she's carrying a lot on her shoulders. Being a single parent, Mummy Sheep isn't just looking after Susie at home. The show also hints that she works, as seen in the episode School Project, though her exact job is never revealed. This means she's juggling everything, being mum, being dad, and managing a career all at once. But Mummy Sheep has been holding everything together on her own for far too long, and the cracks are starting to show. In Susie Goes Away, she's ready to uproot their whole life, maybe chasing the chance to be closer to Susie's dad, or simply desperate for support. When that plan falls through, it feels like the show itself steps in. Grandma Sheep moves into the house, and Charlotte Sheep suddenly arrives to help babysit her cousin, giving Mummy Sheep the support she deserves, but also a peek into the family she belongs to. Cousin Charlotte, the proof of a bigger family. If Susie's dad is the biggest mystery, then Charlotte Sheep is the biggest clue. She first pops up in the future, slipping into Susie's circle so naturally it almost feels like she's always been there. Then she reappears and Granny Sheep moves in, and again in cardboard boxes, proof that she's not just a one-off cameo. Charlotte is here to stay, and her arrival changes everything. Because if she's Susie's cousin, that means there are more relatives out there, ones we've never met, but who definitely exist. The really important part is what that implies about Susie's parents. If Charlotte is on Mummy Sheep's side, then Susie's mum has a sibling who's still out there somewhere. But if Charlotte is on Susie's dad's side, that would mean the missing dad might not be so missing after all. His family line could still be alive and well, just off screen. Even the way Charlotte acts tells us something. She's confident, playful, and totally comfortable with Susie, like they've grown up together. The show treats her presence casually, almost like it's no big deal. But it is, because Charlotte's existence quietly confirms what fans have suspected for years. The Sheep family isn't small, it's hidden. And that's what makes Charlotte so crucial. She's living proof that Susie's world is much bigger than it looks. Behind her are aunts, uncles, and maybe even the key to finding Susie's dad. In other words, Charlotte might just be the doorway to uncovering the rest of the Sheep family tree. Grandpa Sheep, lost at sea. Grandpa Sheep has never appeared on screen, not even once. But in Peppa Pig, the characters who don't appear often raise the biggest questions. And when it comes to the Sheep family tree, his absence could be the most important clue of all. Look at the granddads we do know. Grandpa Pig has his boat. Grandpa Rabbit sails and tells wild stories. In Peppa Pig, grandfathers and the sea go hand in hand. So if Grandpa Sheep exists, it makes perfect sense that he'd fit the same pattern, and the evidence is there. In the future, Suzy wears pajamas covered in anchors. Anchors aren't random. They only ever appear on sailor characters. If those pajamas were passed down, they might have come not just from Suzy's dad, but from Grandpa Sheep himself, a sailor's mark carried through the family. And don't forget Grandma Sheep. When she moved in, she brought souvenirs and treasures from around the world, hints of past adventures she likely shared with Grandpa Sheep by her side. So where is he now? That's the unanswered question. Maybe he passed away. Maybe he was lost at sea. Or maybe he's still out there, traveling beyond the edges of Suzy's world. After all, Peppa Pig has shown us that the ocean isn't always safe. Remember Captain Dog's talk of sea monsters and how he vanished for ages on his own voyage. Whatever the truth, Grandpa Sheep's absence left a gap, but Grandma Sheep's entry marked the first real glimpse of the wider Sheep family. Let's look into her story. Grandma Sheep, the adventurer who moved in. Grandma Sheep didn't always live with Suzy. When she first appears, she's shown with souvenirs and treasures from around the world, tiny reminders that she once traveled far and wide. And if you remember what we said about Grandpa Sheep, it's easy to imagine the two of them exploring together before he disappeared from the picture. But then came the pivotal episode, Granny Sheep Moves In. Suddenly, Grandma trades in her travels for life under the same roof as Suzy and Mummy Sheep. The episode itself hints at one clear reason. With Mummy Sheep busy working, Grandma steps in to help care for Suzy, but that might not be the only explanation. Some fans think she also settled down because Grandpa Sheep never returned, bringing her adventuring days to an end. Others imagine he's still out at sea, and Grandma simply grew too old to keep traveling. Grandma moving in wasn't just about helping, it might have been the start of something bigger. For years, Suzy's side of the story was left almost untouched, while Peppa's family tree kept growing bigger. But now, with Grandma moving in and Charlotte suddenly appearing, it feels like the spotlight is shifting. Her presence proves the writers are finally ready to pull back the curtain and reveal more of Suzy's hidden family tree. And if Grandma's here, then the rest of the missing sheep family can't be far behind. The missing sibling theory. We've mapped out Suzy's dad, her mom, her cousin, and even her grandparents. But what about brothers or sisters? When you're building a family tree, that's the next big branch. And strangely, Suzy stands out because she doesn't have one. Almost every main character in Peppa Pig has siblings. Peppa has George and Evie. Rebecca Rabbit has a whole burrow full. Even Danny Dog has a baby sister. But Suzy? She's always been the only child. That's where the missing sibling theory comes in. Some fans suggest the house might have originally been designed with another child in mind, a sibling who was planned but never introduced. Instead, that space eventually went to Grandma Sheep. Others take it a step further, pointing to Gabriella Goat in the episode Holiday in the Sun. Peppa and her family meet Gabriella, who's about the same age as Suzy, and the two hit it off right away. Fans noticed how alike they are, both outgoing, confident, and instantly connected. And since Gabriella lives with her dad, Mr. Goat, and no mum is ever shown, fans began to wonder, what if Suzy's mysterious dad and Mr. Goat are somehow linked? Could Gabriella actually be Suzy's sister, living overseas? It's never confirmed, of course, but the similarities in age and personality, plus the fact that both families have missing parents, gave the theory just enough fuel to spread among fans. So is there a missing sibling out there, waiting to be revealed? And if the show is keeping that secret, what else about the Sheep family tree is still hidden from us? And there you have it. The Sheep family tree isn't empty. It's full of gaps. Every time we think we've figured it out, another missing branch makes the mystery even bigger. So here's the real question. Is Charlotte Sheep actually the key to unlocking the rest of the family? Let us know your answer in the comments. And if you enjoyed uncovering this hidden family tree, check out our other Peppa Pig mysteries next, because the secrets in this show keep getting deeper. Thank you for watching.